Selena.
Glenn, House Bill 213 would make one of every 6 disabled parking spots into a wheelchair-only parking spot. Now, one wheelchair user we talked with says people who use wheelchairs need more space getting in and out of cars than people who don't.
I was shot as a teenager in the late 70s. My friend accidentally shot me, so I went from being on my feet, and all of a sudden, I'm in a wheelchair.
Mike Shalapi, a 4-time Paralympic medalist and coach for the Wheelin' Jazz, has been in a wheelchair for decades and knows firsthand how difficult it can be for wheelchair users to find wheelchair-accessible parking spots, especially when disabled parking spots are taken.
I would go out and try to park in a regular stall, and I quickly realized I needed that extra few feet.
Disabled parking spots are not only closer to the entrance of the building, they also have space around them, making it easier for people to get wheelchairs in and out of vehicles.
As the folks would park in these handicap spots, and they had handicap placards, and their doctors would give them to them or whatever, probably the majority I would see were now on their feet.
House Bill 213, inspired by Shalapi, would designate some accessible parking spaces as solely for wheelchair users and make current van-accessible parking spaces van-only parking spaces or wheelchair-only spaces.
The way the bill is written, 1 out of every 6 spaces would need to be designated for wheelchairs, but that still leaves 5 out of every 6 spaces for those that have other types of disabilities.
Representative Jeffrey Stenquist, who sponsors the bill, says the goal of the bill is to help make parking accessible to wheelchair users while also respecting the needs of people with other disabilities.
It's about trying to make sure some of those wider ones up front are for those folks that are in wheelchairs.
Representative Stenquist says disabled parking permits are issued to individuals, not vehicles. So if you don't have a disability, don't park in one of these spaces. Leave them open for someone who needs them. Live in Salt Lake City, Lena Takada, ABC4 News.
All right, thank you, Lena. Well, tonight, Salt Lake City's